It had been a long summer, everyone was craving football, everybody wanted the Premier League to come back, and I think it's fair to say, guys, it's come back and it's had a pretty decent start, hasn't it? Yes everybody, how are we all doing and welcome back to a brand new City Talk video. Tonight, if you're watching this as it goes live, has been the first official Saturday of the Premier League kicking off. And as I just mentioned, it's not been a bad start, has it? We've obviously had City beating Brighton 2-0 away this evening, which was a fantastic result. That's what we're going to be talking about the most. But I think the way the opening fixtures have gone, I think it'd be rude not to talk about a couple of the other games. We've had Chelsea defeated the former champions of last season 3-2 by Burnley at Stamford Bridge. Absolutely crazy. Then Leicester and Arsenal, wasn't it, yesterday? Leicester putting up an incredible performance, only to get defeated in the dying embers of the game 4-3 against Arsenal at the Emirates. And then today, Liverpool as well, coming across Watford at Vicarage Road. 3-3 draw. It has been goals galore. It's been an incredible opening weekend. And we've still got Sunday left to go. But of course, the main reason we're here is going to be talking about Man City and the performance away at Brighton. So that's where we're going to start. And it's a result, obviously, I'm incredibly happy with. I'm always happy when we've won. But I'm particularly pleased at the fact we've won. And we've managed to keep a clean sheet. And we played two up front. That's the one thing I said when I've been talking in streams lately. And when I've been doing other City videos. I wanted to see Jesus and Aguero play together. That's exactly what happened. We adopted a sort of 3-5-2/5-3-2 kind of setup. You had Walker playing right back, Danilo playing left wing back, Walker right wing back, sorry, obviously, and then a back three, if you like, Vincent Kompany, John Stones, and Nicholas Otamendi, and it seemed to work really, really well. I thought there was a long point in that game where I felt it could have been very much like last season, where we were keeping the ball, not making a ton of chances. But I felt like we were a lot more secure this season. So, well, not this season. We've only played one game. Let's not get carried away. But we just seem to be a lot more secure in terms of when teams scored against us last season. It was when teams were breaking on us, looking deadly on the counter. We were very vulnerable. But today, we looked a lot more secure. A big part of that is, of course, because Vincent Kompany's back in the team, as he saw at the end of last season. Hit the ground running again today. Had some vital interceptions. But just in general, I think the system worked really, really well. I felt a bit sorry for Danilo playing left back because he was having to come back onto his right a lot. Of course, that's not his natural position, and I think when you get Benjamin Mendy playing there, it can only get even better. But yeah, really happy with the system, really happy with the way that we played, and the clean sheet as well. Absolutely superb. But the way the game panned out, we were very, very dominant throughout the first half. Brighton didn't really do a lot at all, except for, I can't remember now if it was at the start of the second half or towards the end, sorry, of the first half, they had like a 30-second to a 2-minute patch where Edison didn't quite claim the ball from a corner. He dropped it, which was a massive concern. I'm thinking in my mind, please don't be another Bravo. Please don't be another Bravo. But he did do okay in the game after that. But he dropped the ball. There was a scramble. The ball fizzed wide a couple of times. But apart from that little spell of pressure, we just absolutely dominated the game. I didn't see the end stats as far as shots and possession went, but for the majority of the game, we had like 80% plus possession, which was absolutely insane. And when the goals came, they were definitely well deserved. The first one coming from Sergio Aguero, a lovely little move set up by the now bald David Silva, of course. First time, perfectly weighted ball to put Aguero through, and he managed to slot that one in nicely after he did miss a really good chance not long before, actually. I think at the start of the second half, I believe it was the guy that scored the own goal. I can't remember his name now, but our second goal was an own goal, and the same centre-back for Brighton actually did a short back pass which fell to Aguero, and he absolutely squandered that chance. Gabriel Jesus has also had a really, really good chance. Louis Dunk, I think it was Louis Dunk that did the short pass and scored the own goal, but Jesus also had a really, really good chance in the first half where it was drilled across by Kyle Walker, I believe, and he headed it straight at the goalkeeper, Matthew Ryan, who made a very good save, but it was a very central header, but that should have been a goal, and he had a follow-up as well, which he couldn't quite get on target either, which was a massive shame. But like I say, we came away with the win, 2-0 win. It was very comfortable as soon as we got the first goal. It was one of those matches where Brighton weren't doing a lot, like saying, as soon as we got the first goal, it always looked like we were going to get the 3 points. Brighton didn't have a massive threat in that game at all. And I think when you consider we were away from home, and it was Brighton's first home game in the Premier League in their history, I believe, they were obviously going to be very up for it. It was a great atmosphere there from Brighton, from what I could see and what I could hear from watching it on the telly. And you know what? To come away with a win and a clean sheet was absolutely outstanding. So very, very pleased with that. We also had a few debuts. Of course, I've just mentioned Danilo started at left back. Kyle Walker at right back gets a very, very big mention because he got man of the match on the telly and had an incredible game. You could see what his physicality and pace is going to bring to the City squad because he was absolutely frightening at times when he was just getting the other side of the fullbacks of Brighton and getting the ball in the box. He looked really, really like he's fitted straight into the team, which was awesome to see. Other debuts, Bernardo Silva came off the bench to make his debut. Ederson in between the sticks also made his debut, of course, as well. And I think Bernardo Silva didn't get much time to come on, but even when in that short period of time, you could see the kind of player he is. He wanted the ball a lot. He was dribbling. He was making runs in behind the defence, and he will suit the way we play. I've got no doubts about that. And Ederson as well, like I say, he did fumble that one cross, but there's also a couple of occasions where he rushed out, which seems to be the way he plays in goal, and smothered chances before they could really get going. So some positives, but also the negative of him fumbling the chance. But you've got to remember, for these guys, it was their debuts. It's only one game they played in the league. It's very difficult to read too much into it. So, you know, Brighton away, first game, a lot of new players into the team. Very, very pleased to get the 2-0 win in Aguero to get straight off the mark for this season as well. But aside from Man City's game today, we'll briefly touch upon some crazy matches. So Friday Night Football, when the Premier League kicked off, was Arsenal winning 4-3 against Leicester. A crazy, crazy match. Lacazette put Arsenal ahead very early on, hit the ground running just like Aguero, another brand new signing in the Premier League. And yeah, hit the ground running, looks like a very decent player. And, well, he's a decent player, I think we all know that, but he seems to be fitting the Arsenal system well. Then Leicester went 2-1 up, I believe, 2 goals from Jamie Vardy, and then Arsenal turned it around. At the end of the first half, they got an equaliser to make it 2-2, and then two goals very late on after being 3-2 down, managed to get them the 3 points. So that was one crazy game. That was Friday night. Then today we've had a 3-3 at Liverpool and Watford. Again, where Liverpool looks largely unconvincing in my opinion. They played some decent football, and Jurgen Klopp came out saying that they just had a bit of bad luck that went against them. But to me, they look very, very suspect at the back, which of course they did last season as well. It seems to be something that have not really fixed. Of course, they're after Van Dijk, and I think that's very necessary for them right now to get a centre-back in. They look so vulnerable. And without Coutinho as well, they do lack that bit of a magic spark. And Watford, I think, got the point that they really deserved. They played very, very well, especially in the first half, and I think a point, like I say, was what they deserved in my opinion. And then also today, we've had Chelsea, who went into 9 men against Burnley, only to lose 3-2. Crazy game. Burnley were 3-0 up at half-time. I don't know what's going on at Chelsea. There seems to be so much discontent in the camp right now with the manager and some of the players as well, but they were 3-0 down at half-time at Stamford Bridge. Unheard of last season, never mind against a lower down team like Burnley. And a Burnley team, by the way, that looked at, you'd think they'd be a bit weak with missing Andre Gray, but 3-0 up at half-time. Chelsea then to 10 men, Gary Cahill getting sent off early in the first half, and then Fabregas got sent off as well. I don't know if Chelsea had scored one at that point. Morata got his first goal in the Chelsea shirt, so a lot of debut goals over this weekend, and a lot of strikers getting off the mark very early. And then another goal for them. I believe they actually had one disallowed, where I think it was Christensen who'd come off the bench, actually nodded one in. It was going in, and then Morata touched it across the line, but he was offside, so that got chalked off. But then they did manage to get another goal to make it 3-2, and it was just too little too late, really. But that's probably got to be the biggest upset of the day. But there has been some crazy matches. I'd love to know what you think in the comment section of what was the maddest weekend of the Premier League so far. And like I said, we've still got Sunday to go as well, so crazy, crazy start to the Premier League. It's showing us all why we've missed football so much. But from a City point of view, just so pleased to get 3 points on the board. So pleased to get the Premier League back underway with a winning start, and I am just so excited for what the season can bring. We've got Everton next game, which is in our next game is actually Monday Night Football, which is a game I will actually be going to and bringing you a matchday vlog for. Everton did win 1-0 today. Wayne Rooney scoring the only goal in that game. I believe they beat Southampton. I could be wrong on that one though. It could have been Swansea. I can't quite remember. But Wayne Rooney scored the goal, and from all accounts that I'm reading had a very, very good game. So we've got to watch out for him. Of course, former Man United player will want to come to City and cause some trouble. I am very sure of that. But it's a home game, the first of the season. I can't wait. We need to pick up 3 points there, continue the momentum, and if we can keep this momentum going from this first win, from what was a very tricky game on paper, let's not forget, then you know what, we can be in for a great, great season. But still very early days, of course. Love to hear what you thought of the Man City game. If you did watch it, it was on BT Sport today, obviously. So for those of you guys that maybe went to the game or saw the game on TV, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like I say, for me, main highlights were the system that we played. Very pleased that we're playing 2 up top. Hopefully that can be a thing this season. season, and also Kyle Walker, who looks like he's slotted right into that team and looks really, really just completely at home in the system that we're playing, which is fantastic. But yeah, like I said as well, let me know what you thought was the craziest game of the weekend, because it's been an incredible, incredible start to the Premier League. But that is going to end this off anyway, lads. It's only going to be a quick video just talking about Man City's game today. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'm going to try and get these out on a regular weekly basis whenever we do play, unless I am doing the matchday vlogs, in which case I'll just talk about it in the matchday vlog anyway. So I hope you all did enjoy it. Leave a big thumbs up if you did, and I will catch you all next time, lads. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Nidge out.